Yo, what's going on, y'all? We are back.
We back, baby.
Week 3 edition. Preparing to what is this? Squish the Fish week.
Yeah, this Miami week, baby.
Tour. We on your heels.
What's that area code? 305?
305, I think. Yeah, I've been seeing a couple.
Mr. 305, right?
Yeah, y'all loving them now. You know what I mean? Some of these fans weren't so confident 2-3 months ago, but I guess 6 touchdowns to do it, right?
Man, listen, 6 touchdowns to have everybody.
Right, leading the league in passing yards.
Chest all out.
Yeah, Tua, okay.
I see you, Tua.
But anyway, it's still big bills, y'all. We still, we're still celebrating.
Some of us still recovering.
Some of us still recovering. Luckily for me, I gotta say I'm proud of myself. I know we were both at the game, but I didn't get too drunk. So man, one time for Vel doing a good job of not getting too drunk, remembering the game, being in the moment. Now we were both there, so I'll ask you first, man. How was it to be back in there for a regular season game, man? How'd you feel about it?
This first time back at the stadium, obviously since the playoff game. So
right, since the last blowout, actually.
So just being back there, just feeling the energy, feeling the vibes, man. It's a special place out there,
oh my
man.
Gosh, man.
Like
good weather.
Yeah, I got out there probably 2:00 to get the tailgate started. It didn't rain at all. Clouds open up every now and again.
Man.
Beautiful night for football.
Beautiful night. Like
stadium.
Sunlight was still out a little bit. Like we had that little pink purple sky shit going on.
That honestly was probably the loudest I've ever heard the stadium.
You think so? You was there for the Pats game last year, playoffs?
Yeah.
But I think because that game was colder, maybe people couldn't yell as much, but it was like the same type of energy for me. It felt like that home playoff game. But you might be right. It might have been a little louder. I was just so busy, like, in the moment.
Taking it in. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I was really just taking it in and think about how it started off. And I know some of the fans at home caught it with Bruce Smith.
Yeah.
Doing a tribute to the 10 that lost their lives on the east side of Buffalo. Still sending prayers to those families.
Absolutely.
They did a great tribute. And then they transitioned to, who was it next? Jim Kelly.
Yeah, Jim Kelly leading the charge and Meyer.
Man, come on. He said, where else
Meyer.
would you rather be?
Meyer said, where else?
Had the microphone up. Then right here, yo.
Right now.
And that was in our corner, too. Meyer. That was in our corner of the end zone, I believe.
I'm pretty sure our new seats is right across from y'all's. Like, I'm in the same spot, just on the other side of the end zone.
Okay.
I'm in 120.
So probably.
Yeah,
we won 26, 127 in that area.
Right on the other side of
in
the
that range.
I'm pretty sure Val in the moment.
Yeah, we was over there, man, and I'll let you get back to it, but yeah, overall feeling being back in the stadium.
Yeah, man, it was just crazy. The environment was great. I mean, it's even better when the offense started out with a touchdown, so it just kept building from there.
Similar to week 1.
Yeah, but I mean, the vibe was crazy. The energy was flowing. I know the new players on that team had to be like, oh, this.
Yeah, the
they
rookies too.
Lying.
Yeah, Vaughn, first game.
They wasn't exaggerating.
Yeah, man. I feel the same way. The energy was perfect. And like you said, the score on the opening drive, and that's what I love about this offense and really this team in general. But if you give the Bills offense the ball first, you might as well start just putting 7 on the board.
Yeah, I think
you just got to put 7 on the like.
I want to say about 7 games in a row with an opening drive touchdown.
And you got to think about it too. They did this without Gabe Davis. And I know Knox was dealing with some injuries throughout the game.
Mitch
but
Morse was out the first couple drives.
Right. So you do this without one of your best weapons. Like we cannot just like get past talking about this game without forgetting how big of a piece Gabe Davis is.
Like over 50% of the snaps.
Right. And he even caught a deep one. He even hit a corner with a shimmy and a.
Jake said, won't.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, but we talked about it last week. We said, though, when you got a great quarterback, he can make others around him better.
Yeah.
We saw Tom do it for so long. Tom Brady was the prime example. Now, Tom
that is the example.
Was never physically gifted as Josh. So let's get that out the way. But Tom made other players around him better.
He had the ability to make everybody better. Yeah. No matter who was back
Whoever, man. David Givens, Deion Branch.
Everybody.
When he had the running backs, Kevin Falk, James White. The list is so long, like I can't even
Bolden. Had Mike Gillislee looking good for that year.
Yeah, like great quarterbacks will do that. And I think Josh right now, he's he's reaching that convo. Well, he is in that convo already, but of players who just make everyone. I mean, and we're not even just talking offense.
Man,
the defense.
Some people still don't believe it though. I was watching. Actually, no, I wasn't watching the show.
It was something that scrolled down.
Yeah, I saw something on Twitter and.
Was it the girl Joy Taylor?
Yeah.
She annoying right now. I think
I'm
she's.
like, wow.
They just started that show, and I think what she's trying to do,
She playing
and she
Skip.
somebody
got to do
and we
it.
find that with every new show.
Somebody
And remember
gotta do
now,
it.
she used to be on the show with Colin Cowherd.
Yeah.
So she knows what it's like to have a take and do whatever you got to do with that take to get it to get played on the timeline.
Yeah.
So on that show, I think it's called First Things First, she's in there talking with Acho and Shady McCoy
And the other
and some other random dude. No
Shout out to
disrespect. Right. And she's arguing the point about Patrick Mahomes, blah, 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 which we all know Patrick is great. We said it plenty of times on here. But was trying to downplay Josh Allen, was trying to downplay the Bills fans, I think in one clip I saw as well, because there was like, are they the best fan base?
Of course not.
And yeah, no, I think that's a black. And I'm like, all right, so you want to be one of those. Like, Nick Wright already went through that, but
Right, sure. I didn't know if you talk bad against the Bills, you're gonna get mad clicks and mad retweets and mad
because we have a great presence online. Win or lose,
and mad sense.
whether sensitive or not, you know if you say something on Bills Mafia, positive or negative, people gonna be on your heels. I remember that was Ryan Clark 2-3 years ago. He wasn't saying the best of the thing. Bills Mafia's on his neck. Damo Foxworth.
Yeah.
They was on his neck about Josh Allen. Bumani. The list goes on, but guess what happened over time? All the motherfuckers, you go on ESPN now,
Quiet as shit.
they be like,
Allen.
Josh Allen is like,
Except for her. She the only one.
yeah, because,
Wow.
you know, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
cool.
cute.
But
Right.
anywho. Yeah, but I digress.
Yeah, but so, because we know we got to obviously get into the next week, but I guess my biggest takeaway, or I want to say, what is your biggest takeaway from that victory over Tennessee? Like, I know we had our predictions. We both said 25-point win. So I guess we
were close.
we were close, but I guess we
Not good
underestimated.
enough,
Yeah, we underestimated
I'm
them.
pretty sure I said 42,
I think you said 40-something.
17.
You did. So you was closer because I said 38, like 14 or something like
whatever
that.
Math is. I was off by
Whatever.
1.
You know what I mean? We predicted a blowout, though.
Yeah. Either way, it was a big one.
But what was your biggest takeaway?
Man, I don't even know if I have just one. It was just so many.
Well, if you got a couple, go ahead.
The pure dominance that Steph Diggs had, and their Tennessee's reluctancy to help them corners. You know, the whole time I'm in the crowd, I'm like, yo, help him. They left them corners on the island all day. I say,
and one of those corners was one of the dudes I wanted back in the draft, and we talked about him on the podcast. Was McCreary.
Yeah.
McCreary went to, I think, Auburn, and he was one of my guys who was a sleeper, second round.
Yeah, he
type
rocked
of
his
guy.
ass to sleep a couple times. I'm like, yo,
Going straight at him with that.
I said, I don't know why y'all being so stubborn right now. You got one of the best safety tandems in the league.
Coaching.
Y'all running single high safety
Coaching.
all day and leaving them one-on-one with Diggs.
That's coaching.
I'm taking offense to that. I'm pretty sure Diggs did. I said, oh, y'all gonna leave.
Well, I sent the clip to C Hill earlier, and I'm like, yo, Josh think he me, because the video came out where he like, they doing their little bromance thing, him and Diggs on the sideline, and then he hit him with the, they can't guard you. Like, he said that to Diggs on the sideline, and I'm like, them two, they was on the same page. Yeah, they like, that's what they playing?
Yeah.
Say less.
You give me the cushion, I take the free.
Say less.
You want to come up? I'm going over the top.
And then I saw in an interview real quick, he was talking with Kyle Brandt. He was like, you know, we seen on the one drive where he threw the deep ball, type of coverage they was playing off him. So we like, okay, we just going to dink. We're going to dink.
When it's time, boom, boom. He almost put a dude on his ass.
And it's coming too. He going to do that to somebody. This might be the week because, you know, you can get X to bite on some shit. Like, Howard is one of them aggressive corners that this is the week. If you want to hit another double move, this would be a perfect week for that because Howard definitely looking for a pick. Yeah, so
Diggs pure dominance. Again, this is without a legitimate number 2 on the other side. And
without my man Gabe.
I mean, it was just a thing of beauty. It's short. It's intermediate. It's deep. It's
whatever.
The whole route tree. He got whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. 3
improvising
touchdowns
at times.
I mean, Josh came with 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards, no picks.
No picks too, and that's what I like too.
I mean, they came out at one point with 21 straight passes.
Yeah, I saw that.
One point in the game, and I love the ability for them right now to pivot, because again, they were trying some runs, it wasn't really quite working.
Right.
Dorsey said, "Fuck it,
listen, that's what we doing, because this is how they playing us, right?
And we gonna take what they gonna give,
right?
And then we gonna take our shots when we get it, and we gonna hit them." So on that side of the ball, just seeing that passing game at its finest, and they still left mad meat on the bone. Like they still didn't play. I still don't think they played an A+ game. I think they still had more to give.
It's still because we have yet to see the Bills for 4 quarters dominate. Like this game was right. This game was more so. Obviously, you scored on the first drive, but then they hit that little quarter and a half period where things kind of settled a little bit. Both teams were playing, I guess, defense, if you want to call it that. But it was like towards the end of that second quarter, when he caught the second touchdown, I think it was I think that was Steph's first touchdown, and the end of the second quarter or middle of the second quarter. Then it was like, okay, y'all, pedal to the metal.
Yeah, second half it was right. But again, the same thing we won. Like first half, it's closer than it should be.
Mm-hmm.
So even though the offense is scoring points, it's still like it took a little bit to really get it clicking,
get that rhythm. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you still put up 41. Well, 35, whatever, without.
Right.
But either way, you still put up 30
right?
Plus. It still counts.
Because your playmakers got to still get in the end zone.
So that seeing how these 2 rookie corners are still just holding it down. Like it's not missing a beat.
I love it.
With Dan going down halfway through the game. Right. Hyde went out a little bit.
And shout out to him recovering.
Absolutely.
And being able to walk out the hospital.
And doesn't appear to have any long-term head or neck or spinal cord injuries. So that's all I can ask for.
That's a blessing.
But just seeing how those corners responded and didn't miss a beat.
Man, listen.
A
lot of that is.
Benford is balling. Kyer is playing extremely steady, extremely.
They're both playing well. They're both playing well.
Benford as a tackler right now,
solid.
He is way better than I expected him to
be. Yeah, I thought when we drafted him, I expected going into training camp and all of that to show like, ooh, he got ball skills, or because they said he had a ton of picks in college, but getting a guy from Villanova, you never know like. Okay, when you're going lining up against NFL receiver,
right?
But his size and his ability to engage and go after the ball and, like you said, tackle. I mean, he had one on Derrick Henry.
Listen, I've seen that replay probably about 10 times already. The way that he held, contained on that edge,
great job,
disengaged off the block, and brought Henry down in the backfield. It was a hell of a play,
and he has the perfect size too. And I hate that. I mean, it's nothing bad that you can say about, obviously, our first rounder, but it's like Benford got like the perfect CB2 size, like 6'1", 205, like you said, can tackle. We know he got ball skills. You mix in a great nickel like Taryn. You got Tre'Davious coming back in probably 3 or 4 weeks. We know what Dame brings to the table. Kyrie Elam is still doing his job. So it's just like, yeah, from the outside looking in, the Bills secondary is going through injuries, and this is the time to get them. But deep down,
is it?
I'm like, I mean, if y'all want to think that, because honestly, as long as Poyer is playing on Sunday, as long as Elam is playing, as long as Benford is playing, as long as Taron Johnson is playing, hey, if Micah Hyde needs to rest one game with, due to the neck injury or whatever, okay, maybe, Jaquan is from Miami. I mean, he played in Miami. So, hey, maybe he going to bring some energy and be able to fill in for one game. But I honestly expect Hyde, Poyer, Elam, and Benford to play, and I expect them to ball out.
Yeah.
I'm not even worried.
Anytime I have those safeties back there, I'm not worried about any of that other stuff, because we've seen so many random comebacks over the weekend and so many deep balls with terrible safety play. And there's never been, since that tandem's been there hasn't been any.
They don't do it.
There's been no big completions.
And teams be scared to, and that's part of it.
With good reason.
Right. It's like when we talked about Edmonds and his ability to affect the middle of the field, which we saw come up in this game and in the intermediate, and him and Milano's really. It's the same behind them with Poyer and Hyde, because teams are just like, it's not good to go to the middle of the field.
Absolutely not.
One of those guys is gonna pick it off.
Yeah, because again, like a no-fly zone back there.
Pretty much. It's like a net. You see them, you see that 4.
If they're sitting in that 2 deep safety look,
Don't
they're
do it.
not going over the top.
I mean, we saw it in the playoffs last year against New England what Hyde did when Mac Jones thought he had a clear touchdown
no, he didn't.
to homeboy. And Micah Hyde said, nah, I'll be there in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'll be there. Don't worry about it. Swoop, boom. Give me that.
So it's a good place to be for me because I'm just like, yes, from the outside looking in, if you haven't really watched every single snap, you might be a little bit worried with Dane going down and obviously with Treday being a few weeks away.
Yeah. But the Rook's been holding it down.
The Rook's holding it down. Tyrann is still playing great ball.
Yeah, Cam Lewis has got
Hoyer's
some reps
playing
over the
great.
time,
Yeah,
so
Cam Lewis
Gaston's
too.
still there.
Saran Neal,
Yeah, there's bodies, and it's good. It's not just
they're
random
good
people.
bodies.
Yeah, it's people that's been in the system for years. Cam Lewis been here, I think, 3 years.
3
now.
years. Saran Neal been here about 4 or 5 years.
He's been here for a while now.
Yeah, Tyrann been here 4 or 5 years.
I think
Jaquan
Ford, Hamlin. I think
and that's
this
what
is
I'm
second
saying.
year.
Like, if you
in the same system.
in the same system, and I think that's what's scary about this defense as a whole. Like, we'll get into the front 4 and the front 7 in a minute, but that secondary in itself, like, I'm almost not surprised because it's just like I think the only thing we can say we're surprised about is how quickly maybe the rookies are playing this well. I mean, I think I envisioned Elam maybe playing well from the start, but I didn't imagine him and Benford.
I don't think anybody predicted Benford.
Definitely
making
not.
the
You
roster.
would be lying. Well,
They,
right.
he
Yeah,
drafted
it would have
like-
been a long
that's
shot.
practice squad.
Right. Yeah.
He drafted
Right.
him, That's a long-term development dude.
Right,
Keep
right.
him around, see if he can learn. Yada yada yada. Absolutely.
You like
not.
you'll battle with Cam Lewis for a spot maybe or
Right.
something like that.
Yeah, at best,
But this motherfucker's starting
and holding it down.
and holding it down.
He's been 2 weeks in a row. He's been
2
playing
weeks.
great.
2 weeks in a row.
Elam has been just so steady.
He's as advertised.
Yeah.
Like we said, we know what we're gonna get from him. Pretty much is
He's had some great pass breakups. He's
Yeah.
had some great
Being around the
tackles.
ball,
Like,
yeah.
I'm
playing
not
with
mad at
energy
either one of them.
because I like the energy too. Like
Yeah.
like Elam is like the spicy corner where it's like, you know, if he come up with a big hit or a big
Yeah.
deflection, you know that energy coming
And I didn't
with
even
it.
mind the rotation they were doing.
Oh, yeah.
2 series.
Whatever.
Switch 2 series, but now that
It's
Dane
working.
went down,
Yeah, but nowadays now you got both on both
yeah,
sides.
like, all right, cool. We got
Hey,
it.
hey, Waddle, Tyreek Hill, y'all can do whatever y'all want, but they gonna find out that these young corners can ball,
Yeah.
and that's why I look at it as a great opportunity. Elam is from Florida. People
Yep.
forget he's from the area. Benford, he don't even got to be from there.
People from this team.
Oh, bro, they gonna have a field day getting those Bills
And
tickets
the
in
thing
there.
is, like,
Singletary, Motor.
I wait till later till we talk about next week before I jump into that.
Oh, Baltimore.
No, I was gonna get kind of talking about Miami, but I said I'm gonna wait until a little bit later.
Oh, okay. When we really dive into that.
But just sticking on some of the stuff from Sunday, just on the defensive side, the amount of physicality that this team has now compared to previous years,
Got dogs.
even good defenses, but it's so much more physical up front.
And it's Evan. You can see it.
Yo,
Jordan
Jordan
Phillips,
Phillips
man.
is. I mean,
He's dominating. We can say
he
it.
is actually dominating that
Yeah.
line.
And we're doing this, remember, without Ed Oliver.
Yeah, without your actual best,
With your best D
penetrating
tackle.
lineman.
Right, Ed
Yeah.
Oliver.
And
Which I think when he gets back on the field, he's going to dominate.
you gonna be motivated as hell.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
boys
shit.
out here
Y'all,
eating without me.
yeah, y'all having fun
Come
without
on,
me.
man. Let me get some of that.
Yeah, let me get some of that.
Phillips' energy and phusicality and size.
It's just stupid. You put
He's
that.
eating up
You
double
put that
teams
next to
all day.
Daquan Jones.
Jones eating up double teams all day. Rousseau bullying
Bullying.
guards.
Bullying.
I said, yo, why you disrespect that man like that?
The man has
son?
a family, dog,
He pushed that man back about 8 yards,
in about
Get off
1.5 seconds.
right to the sack. I mean, Rousseau had a great game. He had a
Right.
couple tackles for loss.
Boogie got another turnover on his hands. He
Right.
picked up a fumble.
Von
Epinesa
Miller
doing
had a
his
couple
job. Oh, yeah,
tackles for
Von Miller.
losses.
Yeah, and
And
Von was getting pressure, too.
Anytime he's on the field, he's affecting the play, whether I'm getting the sack or not. He's
Mm-hmm.
affecting everything that's taking place. And it's crazy because when I rewatched the game earlier today, I was watching him a lot,
Right.
and he affects everything.
And he still get off the ball.
Yeah, it's just crazy
And-
because he garners all the attention. You have to know where he's at.
And you
at
got
all
to
times.
coach, and you got to coach to prepare that too. So Dan Orlowski brought up a great point. He's like, you'll see when he'll rush from wherever he at, the team will just try to throw to the opposite side.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll just dump it off just so they can eliminate him from the whole play.
Yep.
Oh, you rushing from the left? We're throwing to the right.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Well, Milano, go make that tackle right there and knock him out.
2 yards.
2 yards, because our linebacker is going to meet you right there or our corner.
Yeah. And boy, them linebackers was flying yesterday.
Milano was
or
hitting.
Monday.
When I rewatched the game, Milano
Man.
and Edmonds definitely stood out.
Listen, that was probably Edmonds' best game as a pro.
Yes, for sure. It's definitely top two because I can't think off the top of my head, but that was top two. Had a sack, had a tackle for a loss or two.
A couple of them. A couple pass breakups.
Affected the passing game. Even on the interception.
He's the one that first got his
Right,
hands
and even
on
on the second interception with Milano, he was in that space.
Yeah.
Oh, you're forcing it here?
Thank you. That's easy money.
Milano, bro, take that to the house.
And they work so well together. Like,
remember-
especially when you can get like one of the back angles on the run. You'll see, for example, Edmonds fill a lane, and then Milano come down the other lane and
Right.
make the tackle, or vice versa, whoever,
Right.
depending on what the assignment is at the time. It just works so good in tandem.
And once again, what they got? Years.
Yeah.
Years working together, years in the same system. And I think that's the part that has to be talked about more on a national level. Like, we're getting all the love, so okay, cool, cute.
Individual players.
Yeah,
respect
but
now.
I think that the blowouts and the gaps and the victories that they're getting, that really comes down to years
Yeah.
put together with, obviously you got to be a great player, but this is years together. So in their minds, it's not only next man up, but it's like, dog, I'm gonna make up for that because we all good. We all
What,
connected.
this Tremaine's 5th year. This is Milano's out of 4th or
Same.
5th.
Came in the 2017 draft, I want to say,
Yeah.
or one of those drafts. Yeah, 2017 or 2018. So
Yeah, so 4 or 5 years in the same system, playing next to the same guy, and it's crazy how much faster they look without having guards and centers on them immediately.
and we talked about that.
When they're playing clean and free like that, you see how much faster they are.
When you can't get your hands on them,
Flying.
Milano, boom. Edmonds, boom.
Yeah.
And that's the effect of having a strong front four, and that's
It's
why.
hard to get Derrick Henry down for a loss, and they were getting.
They did it a
tackles for
few
loss
times.
Left and
I mean, he
13
left
carries for
25 yards.
Bro, it's Derrick Henry we talking about. He disrespected them.
We did that.
And he had a couple like 9-yard runs in there too. So you telling me he had 2, 3
He had a
9-yard
couple
runs
for
and then
some
still didn't even get 30 yards?
Well, we said it last week, right? We said stop Derrick Henry.
Man, they
If
sure
you can
did.
hold that man down, you can blow these boys out because they don't have that. Like,
Don't
if
have
you
horses.
if you look around the league, the teams right now, and we talked about this before, the teams right now that are winning and kind of dominating from the offensive side, they got that balance. You got to have a threat. Philly is a prime example. They run the ball well, but guess what? If you look outside,
It's the receiver. That's what
A.J.
that's what they're
Brown.
telling it. And I know Tennessee fans got to be like, yo, we really traded A.J. Brown. He out here.
and we knew,
Killing.
but everybody who looked at that trade knew what that was going to be. Like, especially me, because
When
like,
it happened, I said, oh, yes.
so y'all just going to give a loaded team another playmaker.
For nothing. I don't.
Because of what? Y'all ain't want to pay the man 20 mil, 24 mil? Like,
But you paid Derrick Henry whatever he wants.
come on, man.
That don't even make sense.
Running backs not running back at 35, 36. You might as well give that to a receiver. We've seen receivers play in their 30s.
Yeah, and you go and draft the receiver that you hope can be A.J. Brown. Like,
That's only going to get you 3 catches a game because they don't use, like, they use them a few times, but it's like,
he had a couple. He had the nice little
Yeah,
bird
yeah,
down
that-
joint, but again, that's not enough
Bruh.
to carry the whole offense. They
nobody backing up 10 yards.
if Tennessee they need to tear it down.
They can, listen.
They need to tear
I'm
it
saying
down.
right now,
Start from
they gonna
scratch.
mess around, and I know it's early. They gonna mess around and let Jacksonville be in the thick of the
I
race
told you
in
I
December.
remember what my upset pick of last episode was.
Oh, you said Jacksonville over?
Oh, yeah.
Who did they play?
Oh yeah, over Indy.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to rewind the tape on
Yeah,
that,
that's
but you
my-
probably did say that.
I said that was my.
Who did
call.
I say? I think I said Saints, but I said it wasn't really gonna be an upset, but they lost though. I think I said Saints, and I think I said I think I brought up the Jets. I did say that, but you was like, oh, that's not really an upset. I think I said Jets over
yeah,
Cleveland.
like you mentioned. I said,
Yeah, so I was
yeah,
right on
yeah.
that one. Yeah, but I mean, it's 2 backup quarterbacks going at it. Like that's nothing crazy. But shout out to the Jets fan. My man Ev working for the Jets still. Man, that man,
Yeah, salute.
my man Ev is like what 6-7 years working with them
At
boys.
least, man,
Man.
he's been in there for a minute.
So that's what's up, man. Keep doing your thing. But yeah, obviously we got to move on. But I'll say my biggest takeaway because I know you brought up
Everything.
Diggs, the defense. But really just kind of everything you said, but in a nutshell, I'm just super excited that we were right. And when I say we were right, that's including the fans who've been told that their expectations are too crazy. That's us sitting here 4 or 5 months ago like, dog, this team really stacked. We really got depth. Like, is really real, and to be able to see it now in regular season form. Like we watch practice, we've watched preseason, all of the articles about us being the favorites, but to finally go on the field in back-to-back weeks and put it together. My biggest takeaway is we are really the real deal.
And it's who they played too.
Right, and who you played. Because
you can't hear, this ain't a backup quarterback.
Y'all play Houston.
This ain't David Smith.
Right, and who do we play? Heineke.
Yeah, Tyler Heineke and whoever else we played last year. No.
Right, because last year we beat them teams by 4 or 5 touchdowns.
Got smacked, though.
Right, we killed them teams, and that was the first thing we heard, right? Yeah. Oh, let's wait and see. And then we played Kansas City, and we beat them, and people was like, shit, but can y'all do it in the playoffs? Right. No.
Stop moving the goalposts.
Okay, we get it. 13 seconds. Well. They beat us in the playoffs, and if you want to say, oh, until the Bills beat them in the playoffs, all right, cool. If that's what you want to hold on to for the next 4 months, knock yourself out. But in the midst of that,
we know what time it is.
In the midst of that, we're going to keep stacking these wins. Yeah. We're going to continue to try to get healthy, because let me tell you something. The scariest part for me is that we've been avoiding the injury bug for about 3 or 4 years straight. Yeah. We finally getting hit with it. And in the midst of us getting hit with it, we still beating teams by 30 points. Mm-hmm. So if this is us dealing with injuries and playing, I'm fine. Because boys going to heal up. You know what I mean? Some of these little knick-knack bruises. Yeah, they got a couple neck injuries.
Still on IR. Like, I just... Listen, this is the best.
And people don't understand.
And you missing a top 5 corner, and we not even blitzing.
Pro Trey,
we got the second highest pressure
win rate,
in the
something
league,
like that. Yup.
With 3 blitzes on the whole year, so we getting there with 4.
With 4
dominating,
and the 4 that we're using, we missing a couple.
More than a couple.
Ed Oliver,
Tim Settle.
Like to me, Tim Settle. Like to me, that's gonna be my. That's going to be the thing for me to watch for over the next, I want to say, 5 to 6 weeks, is when we get fully healthy on defense. That's going to be my next big thing.
Bro, where are you going?
Because when you get a healthy Ed Oliver, Tim Settle, and Tre'Davious White back at his corner spot with these other young cats.
Honestly,
all right, man.
What is the recipe to beat this team? Like
hope injuries. Hope that. And you wouldn't want to hope that, because I mean, who would honestly want to hope a player stays hurt? But I mean, that's really it.
Yeah, what's the blueprint?
Health is the only thing that's going to get in the way.
Again, there are other good offenses in this league, but I don't think there is another team that has an offense that's close to this, who also has a defense that's dominant.
Right. I looked at the stats today. We are right now number 1 in scoring on offense, and number 2 in scoring defense. And I was still trying to find out who's the number 1 scoring defense, because we're only averaging, I think we're allowing 8.5. It's 8.5 points.
Somebody must have got a shutout somewhere.
Somebody did too. And I was thinking, I'm like, who? I couldn't think off the top of my head. I'm like, what's the team? And now there's only a few undefeated teams. So I'm just like, all right, the Giants, who did the Giants just beat? I'm trying to think of the undefeated teams. So, not Carolina, not the Giants. We got to look at that, because I'm like, who is the number 1 defense right now, and why is it not us? Yeah. Now I think we're number 1 in yards, or it was number 1 or number 2 in yards, but in points allowed, we were number 2. But yeah, we're gonna look that up, because
we'll figure it out.
Because I was like, I'm not gonna get too ahead of the rankings because it's only week 2. But I'm just like, it feels like we should have the number 1 defense and the number 1 offense.
Scoring defense is Tampa Bay.
That's wild to me. Yeah. Because they played
6.5.
Oh, you want to know what it is? They played Dallas in week 1 and held them to 3 points when Dak got hurt. Okay, it makes sense now. Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right, y'all got it. But anyways, as the season goes on, we have a very, very good chance to be number 1 on both.
Right.
And that's scary. And like, just think about that. Like, years ago, I remember talking to my dad or somebody just saying, oh, we just need a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense. And then I think that next year, I was like, well, shoot, if we can just be top 5 on offense and top 5 on defense, we should be able to make it to the big game. Now we're sitting here in 2022 in September, and now the goalpost is like, we should be number 1 in both. Mm-hmm. Like number 1.
Yeah, it's It's hard to even fathom. Like this team.
Like they said before the
stacked.
season started, when people were picking us as favorite, they kept saying like, "Where's the holes on this team?"
I mean, but for real, people said line or O-line or
whatever.
Last year the Russian defense, second cornerback. I mean, them answers are getting. I mean, those questions getting answered real
Getting
quick.
checked off. The offensive line is playing better. Shout out to the coach Kramer.
Yeah,
Cromer. So shout out to Cromer, and then obviously Saffold and getting Bates back there healthy. The whole five is just playing in sync.
Roten popped in at center and
didn't really miss it. I mean, he had one flag, but it wasn't nothing crazy. Shout out to, I think one of the minor questions was wide receiver 2. Okay, boom. Davis steps in and acts like nothing ever changed.
Yeah.
Cornerback 2, we've already talked about that with Benford and Elam. Then it was Ken Dorsey. Ken Dorsey said,
don't worry about me, y'all.
Yeah, don't worry about it. And then I saw that meme with him getting up after the game.
Yeah, man, I said, oh, man.
This dude is an evil scientist.
Like, I'm being head coach in 2 years, y'all.
No, it's 2 years.
Let me get my paper.
He might get the, listen, I'm telling you like this.
Somebody gonna try to cut the
If they finish with the number 1 offense and they win the Super Bowl this year, somebody might try to get Dorsey this offseason.
Denver. They hacking.
Hacking.
Bro, listen.
Hacking making Russell look wild average, and I know Russell not that bad.
Listen, Denver, I was on the Denver bandwagon.
I was too.
All season.
I was too.
Look terrible.
They were one of the reasons why I said one of my biggest surprises might be Kansas City not making it. Now, obviously, I'm wrong, but Denver was one of those teams. I was like, I don't know.
I said, for all the talents I got on offense and defense, y'all are really struggling to win. And this is looking ugly.
Y'all struggling to put up points.
You can't even get the play calls in.
Y'all struggling to put up points, and y'all got 4 good receivers.
Studs. 2 good running backs. A great defense. I'm just sitting there like,
bro, decent tight end. Like, what are y'all doing? And a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Shit.
All right. But that ain't our issue.
Nope.
But anyway, we done spent enough time talking about this last game. We want to say shout out to them giving us a reason to be happy. And just give the folks here in Buffalo
Happily
just great
stuck in
energy.
traffic on the way home.
Happily stuck in traffic. We didn't get home till after 12:30, but it is what it is. Squish the fish though.
Again, it's Miami week.
It's Miami week. Dolphins week.
If there was ever a win I wanted bad,
it's probably this one right here.
Oh yeah, I wanted Tennessee real.
Well, right. In the past though, what was it for us? It was always New England, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about New England this season. I'm gonna keep it buck. We might shut them out. We might.
Bennett. Like it's.
Listen, we might shut New England out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just keep it a buck. But anyways, so we focusing on Miami.
Who's looking good.
It's not one. Yeah, right. They're looking semi great. But if we could pick 2 keys from the game, what would you say be the first key from the game? I mean, I think it's kind of obvious, but I'll let you just say it. But what would you say is the key to getting that roll win?
Just don't let them drop the top. Keep everything in front of them. Because again, make Miami have to be patient.
Right.
So if you want to go get a touchdown, okay, you're gonna have to drive this ball 75 yards down the field.
Right.
And it's gonna have to be small bites. You're not gonna beat us deep. So if you're
and you're gonna need to utilize the pump fake too.
Yeah, and if you got the patience to beat us 75 yards with 6-yard pass, 5-yard pass, 4-yard
I hope
pass,
Ed Oliver
11-yard
plays.
pass.
I really hope Ed Oliver plays.
So if they can keep from getting beat deep, which is what they're normally good at, then I think they have a good chance.
Right.
Other thing, I think it's really up to the D line. I mean, Tua is
dominate.
5'10" on a good
right.
day.
Get your hands up.
So.
And they did that last year.
Clog the lines. Don't let them see. I mean, you got behemoths. You got 6'7"
Greg
dudes
Rousseau.
all over the line.
Right.
Get your hands up.
And even if Phillips can't go, like I said, if Phillips can't go, which I would love him for this game, like he would be perfect for this game, Ed Oliver, Tim Settle, I hope one of them or both can play because they're going to need that combination of middle to end, hands up, bull rushes.
Yeah.
Because what you really need to do with Tua
make that pocket nasty.
is get him off his spot because he's not, and I know he did it a couple times in the Baltimore game out of necessity, he's not at his best when he's moving out of the pocket.
No, he's a rhythm passer.
He's a rhythm passer.
He's a 3-step.
Get it out quick.
Hit that back foot. Ball's out.
If he got a clean pocket,
Right.
he can get the ball to you accurate. But he's not Josh Allen.
Yeah,
Plain and simple.
He is probably, I mean, I can't say 100%, but I would say top 3 when it comes to short to intermediate accuracy.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If you give him a clean pocket,
that's
and
his
clean
strength.
looks, he can get the ball to his receiver. So that's why I said it's up to this D line to get some hands in his face.
Get some hands in his face. Get some hands up, and I think that's one of the things.
Don't give him room to step up and step into those throws. Just make that pocket real uncomfortable.
And if you go back to, and I'll have to rewatch some of the highlights from the game, but if you go back to when they shut him out last year, 35 zip, and I know he only played about a quarter and a half, 2 quarters. Yeah. But let me tell you, no, because I think he might have played the whole first quarter. But one of the things that they did in that game, and they even did it when he came to Buffalo and played, was they got to him so quick and they squeezed that pocket so quick. And remember, this is without Von Miller, that he was forced to either take the sack or just throw it away. Because one thing about Tua is he don't want to throw picks. Right. Like Tua's not like Josh in his rookie year where he gonna say fuck it and just I'm gonna make some shit happen. Yeah. That's not Tua game. Like he not. If it ain't there, I'm going to either try to tuck it for 5 yards, throw it out of bounds, or I'm going to just go ahead and just take the sack.
So I'm curious to see how the defense plays him, though, because last year, I mean, they blitzed the hell out of Tua. And
they did that time. Yeah, they sent Taryn. I remember that.
They sent
Milano one time.
So, with them having Hill now, with them actually using Waddle this
I think you just go front 4.
I think you rush it forward, drop 7 back.
Oh, yeah. And clog up them lanes. Edmonds, this is going to be another good game for the linebackers. Edmonds, Milano. Get all up in those lanes, the corners. Hey, be yourself. Don't have no fear. And that's one thing I like about Elam and Benford, too. They go out there and they play with confidence.
Yeah. Well, shit, I would, too, if I got these boys behind me.
That helps.
I know I'm good.
Right. But I feel like Hill and Waddle going to be thinking to themselves, if you had a mic on them, they probably going to be like, yo, listen, let's get these young motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. But guess what? They're going to be in for a rude awakening because I really feel like Frazier has already got a game plan. I mean, shit. We're in the middle of the week anyway, but I feel like Frazier is going to put together a great game plan that's not only going to protect his corners, but they're going to do a good job of the short intermediate, clogging that up. Hey, if you can step back for 3 seconds and launch a deep ball, more power to you. But we're going to bet that our front 4 gets to you in less than 3 seconds, so you don't even have time to throw a deep ball. And I think that's what they're going to bank on. They're going to bank on, hey, you can try to go over the top if you want to. Teams don't have success doing that against us. But guess what? We plan on getting to you in 2 seconds.
Right.
So figure it out. And hey, if you think you're going to do quick shit all day, kudos to you. Because guess what? At the end of the day, we'll take your little 3 points. Or you get a couple first downs. And then you go for it. You get bold one time because you got to score on us.
Yeah.
Because we're going to score. Because we're going to score. So you're going to get bold a couple times. You're going to go for it on 4th down.
So what you going to do now?
Right. What you going to do on 4th and 2? Right. It's 4th and 2, 4th and 3. Now Tua got to make a decision. And I feel like that's when Bills are at their best, is when they are putting other teams in those tough situations and putting pressure on them, because the Bills know, shit, we got Josh and Diggs on the sideline.
Right.
Y'all motherfuckers better figure something out, or Josh is coming back out in the field and he about to torch your whole defense.
Yep, and that defense,
it's torturable. I saw a stat earlier today that said they had 0 sacks and 0 QB hits. Can you imagine? 0 QB hits?
And you know what's crazy about that? They have a good defense. They have a good.
They got players. They got players.
For them to get that little bit of pressure is.
They got players, but guess what? But it's always about the combination, and we've talked about that with our unit since day one. You got to have the proper coaches in place. Right. You got to have the right system for these guys, and then you just got to have playmakers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You got to have all 3. So, shout out to us being able to have all 3. Leslie Frazier being able to have the players and being able to have the right system. Like, I saw a couple people on national TV kind of say that. I forgot how they explain the Bills' defense, but they're pretty much like, I think Ryan Clark said it. He said, when I was playing with the Pittsburgh defense 10, 12 years ago, or it wasn't even that long ago, he was like, our defense was so good that we would dictate what the offense would do. Mm-hmm. He was like, they knew what defense we were going to play, and they still couldn't do nothing about it, and they had to figure out an offense to try to...
And that's the same thing that Bill Belichick says about the defense. Mm-hmm. Like, he said in press conferences, we know what the defense is going to do. Mm-hmm. They've been in the same system for years. But
And that's what good. That's
so
that's
good
what
at
great defenses
Yeah.
do. Great defenses will force you to
It'll force you out of your game.
right. Like we're used to doing this every week, but now we got to play this
Now
damn
we gotta change.
play this defense. So now we got to do some other shit. Like fuck, we ain't even comfortable doing this shit.
Right.
Oh well, deal with it. You ain't used to seeing a 6'6" middle linebacker. You
Right.
ain't used to seeing a rangy linebacker who can intercept the ball and still hit you like a pack of dynamite. Like
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because again, Miami, they got some horses on the outside.
They
got some thoroughbreds.
they do.
They got the
We all been tired of seeing Tyreek Hill run, put his 2 fingers out. Like I ain't gonna hold you. I might want to jump through the TV if I see 2 fingers on Sunday. I don't want to see no 2 fingers.
break that dude's leg or something.
Listen, I don't want to see this. So do whatever y'all got to do on that back end.
You gonna see it? It's gonna be from the Bills though.
I like that celebration.
Let Diggs get a touchdown. You already know.
Or one of the corners get a pick 6.
Yeah, or if you get open like that, you already know them dudes is
Oh
coming
yeah,
out.
you got to. You got to pay it back. We ain't forget Hill.
Yeah, you already know.
We
the
ain't
time it is.
Tyreek. You are part of that motivation too, or why the Bills so hungry. Like you caused us some pain in that fourth quarter. But what's your other key?
It's just keep doing what you're doing on offense. It's just keep being you. Again, I want to see them have a little bit more success on 3rd and short.
Right.
Just last
So you don't
week-
got to go 4th and short
Yeah,
again.
this last week they weren't amazing in short yardage. I mean, that running game is still a work in progress.
It is.
But again, that's just nitpicking.
And they played a physical front too. I mean,
Yeah, it's just,
Tennessee's front,
but
on most weeks, they're gonna make
in
it
my
tough.
head though, keep letting Diggs be Diggs.
Oh, for sure.
You got a top, whatever order you want to put him. In my opinion, he's a top 5 receiver.
Right,
Wherever
top 3.
you want to slot him in.
Right, wherever you want to put
So,
him, he's in that combo.
Let him be him. Just
Let
make sure
him
he
be
get that
him.
ball. I don't care if Xavier Howard is shadow him every single play.
Because it hasn't worked in the past.
Don't make a difference. Because again, I mean, Steph's route running ability, he's not really checkable one-on-one. Ain't nobody shutting him down. Unless y'all really rolling bracket coverage over the top of him and underneath him. And then
And you can do
somebody else gonna eat.
Right. Oh, we'll throw it to Reggie Gilliam. We'll throw it to
I do want to see them find a way to get Cook more involved.
Right.
I feel like they're throwing them in sporadically, and then if they do, I
Right.
feel like it's a key.
Trying to get his
because the
feet wet.
defense knows like, Cook in the game, he gonna get a swing
Yeah.
or something. So I need to be more creative.
I feel like they
how to
slow
use
walking him, man. Yeah.
Figure out how to get him going.
And I think he's going to be one of our secret weapons I can see towards the end of this season. I feel like, especially when the weather gets colder.
They don't need him to be running on all cylinders right now.
Right. Oh, yeah. Listen, because if we was, then we would really be sitting here like, what the fuck we going to talk about? Because
Right.
why are we so good? But nah, you need to have improvement in some areas.
Yeah, but injuries are definitely going to play a big factor in this week. So it really is going to make a
Got to
difference.
get
how
help
they
because
can
we had a
play.
lengthy report today.
Long as shit.
Long and
Yeah.
shit. But look, it was a walkthrough practice, so a lot of that stuff is
And it's a Wednesday. They rest vets on Wednesdays a lot anyway. So,
Right.
hopefully it's just a day off to lick your wounds a little bit. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping Ed and Settle can come back this week.
facts.
Gabriel,
Man,
be back,
I would
hopefully.
love Gabe for this
Yeah,
game,
Gabe this
man.
week would be great. If Hyde can play, I mean,
Right.
if Hyde is in there, I have all confidence
Me
in the
too.
world.
I have a
for
10
that.
plus. I have a 10+ win in the books if Hyde is in there.
Yeah, if
Like
Hyde-
is that crazy? Like I'll say it like this: there's 3 players, and you pretty much mentioned all the keys I was gonna mention. Really, my main key I was gonna say is make sure you contain the passing game with Tyreek Hill and Waddle. I'm not too scared of Gesicki because I feel like we got safeties and linebackers who can cover him.
he gonna get a couple catches.
But Waddle and Hill,
yeah.
just contain them.
Because I think both of those players, I think Waddle and Hill, are probably gonna have a bunch of catches.
Right. Oh yeah.
They probably gonna have 10,
Yeah, they're gonna
12
do a little
catches,
couple quick
but
joints. Yeah.
It's gonna 10, 12 catches for.
Yeah, we'll do all that. Just stay in front.
80 yards.
Hey, as long as they're staying in front of us,
I'm fine
I
with it. You wanna-
don't
you wanna keep
care.
racking up those little ones,
Yeah,
that's cool.
that's cool.
But y'all not having no 50-yard passes.
We're not doing none
this
of that.
week.
No, sir. But
So what else do you have for your keys? I know
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Took
it's
a
really
bunch of 'em.
no. Like I said, I said it last week, man. You always got to look at whoever the opposing team's best player is. You want to take them away. In this instance, for Miami, it's really those 2 players
Yeah.
because Waddle and Hill, if you let them get enough space, they can take a 10-yard run and take a 60 yards. So
Easily.
tackling is going to be very important.
100%.
Really just staying disciplined. But like I said, our coaching and our players are so on top of their game that even if a couple of those guys can't play, I know the next man is going to play well. I know Jaquan Johnson can step in if needed. I know DeMar can step in if needed. Up front, I know some of those D linemen can even rotate around. You know, we saw Greg Russo come inside. We saw Basham come inside.
Phillips was at the
Shaq,
end.
So I know they can do it and make up for it. I just hope, like I said, we can get 2 or 3 guys in. So I think health is one of the keys for me. But like I said, I'm not too worried about the offense. I feel like our offensive game plan, I mean, think about it. We sat these guys, our starters, the whole fourth quarter and still had 41 points. So it's still some room there for us to do more. I think, like you said, that Diggs and that Xavier Howard matchup is going to be nice to see. Those are 2 good competitors. But like I said, with Howard, all you got to really do is just take advantage of his aggressiveness. He loves to play the ball. He loves to try to go get the ball. So, hey, you take advantage of that. Yeah. And Diggs is the perfect receiver for that because the way Diggs run his routes,
it's disgusting.
He can sell any move.
Absolutely.
Oh, you thought I was going outside, now I'm kicking it in. Oh, you thought I was going in, now I'm going out. Oh, you thought it was a 10-yard route, now it's a 5-yard route, and now I'm about to curl inside. Like, Diggs got so much in his toolbox that even the top corners in the league just get frustrated because they like,
right. I thought I had him.
Thought I had him, and now he looking at you, and now he pointing to himself, telling you he's him.
Talking that big shit.
Talking that big, you know what I mean?
Big shit. I said that's
now he on your head like this, you know what I mean? So now you got to be on the timeline, and now they gonna put a picture of Diggs, and you gonna be the baby in his arms, and he gonna hold you like this. Like that's what Diggs do. So that'll be must see TV. But like I said, it's really just containing their 2 best players. I'm not afraid of Tua at all as long as that pocket collapses. And like I said, we have the front 4 to do it. Like I said, we were fully healthy in that front. I would literally say, and we'll get to our predictions in a couple minutes, I would literally say we're going to win by 20-plus points. But since there are those nicks and bruises, I'm going to say it's going to be a little bit closer than what most of us probably want it to be. But I still feel like as long as Von Miller out there, as long as Greg Russo out there, as long as Tremaine Edmonds out there, as long as Matt Milano's out there, Jordan Poyer, like,
right.
That's like 5 Pro Bowlers right there. And 1 Hall of Famer I just mentioned. So as long as they step on that field against Tua, man, 6 touchdowns my ass. Plain and simple. He ain't scoring 6 touchdowns on no Von Miller-led defense.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Good luck. Hey, but that's where my confidence is at. So let's get right to it, man. What do you feel like the score gonna be, man? What's your prediction on that?
Man, again, I think last time I looked, spread was 6.
Okay.
It was a 6-point favorites on the road. I think they're gonna cover that.
What you got?
I got
what you got?
34-17. I think it's another big win. Again,
that's a nice one. I see the separation there.
I have not seen Miami's defense play to the point where I think they can stop the Bills' offense consistently.
Right.
They struggled a little bit against the Jets. Against Baltimore.
Right.
I mean, they came back and got the 1 win, which is all credit. But that defense looked completely shaky. They had no answer for Duvernay. They had no answer for Bateman.
Right.
Lamar barely even ran the ball, and they were going up and down the field. So if that's the type of offense or defense they roll out with the Bills, they're going to get run right out their own stadium.
So what's that score again? 34-17?
I'm going 34-17. Again, I think Miami will score some points. I just don't think this defense lets up more than 17 points. Again, it's just the confidence that I have in the defense. Again,
that's what it comes down to.
I think with some key people, if they don't play, High doesn't play.
It might get closer.
Some of the D-line are out. I think they might be able to put up some more points. But if there's a healthy roster or close to it, I don't see Miami putting up more than 20 points.
Yeah. I'm kind of right with you. I was kind of trying to figure out a way to make it a little bit closer because I do feel like even if the game doesn't have a final score that's close, the energy and just all of the emotions between the 2 teams will make it a close game for the first half. But I do feel like in the second half, kind of like the Bills been doing now for the last couple of weeks, they will break away. So I'm stuck between like 27 and 30, but I'm going to just say, shoot, man, it's a tough one, man. I'll say 31-27. I'll say 31-17.
Okay.
I'll say 31-17. I'll say we beat them by 2 touchdowns. It might be a 1-touchdown game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I mean, thing is, Bills haven't given up a single point in the second half of games yet. Either game. It's been a complete shutdown.
And I remember they had a streak like that going one of these years. I don't know if it was last year or a couple years ago. They had a streak where they had a few games stacked in a row where they didn't allow no points in the second half. So it goes back to coaching. You know, we talk about it so much, making adjustments. For so long, I remember it seemed like more than a decade, the Bills would go into the half and you would feel like they made no adjustments. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, y'all just brought the same script out for the second half?
No changes?
Offense,
Like,
too,
wow,
y'all scored 3 points in the first half, and now y'all just going to score 3 in the second? All right, bet. But, this coaching staff just does such a great job. And I think, you know, it's a combination.
Preparation is crazy.
I think it's a combination of everything, like I said all the time. It's the players, too. But they do such a great job of making in-game adjustments and halftime adjustments that, like I said, this is the second week in a row where you see the third quarter start, and it's just like game over.
Dominance.
It's game over. What they score, like 21 straight points in that third quarter?
You thought you had a chance? Let me put my boot right back in your throat again. So,
I mean, that thing was over by like 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah. That pick six, and they said, come on, man.
No, I mean,
I've never seen a team wave a white flag in the third quarter. Like, bro, you gonna pull your starters in the third? Come on, Vrabel. No use getting your ass whooped.
I mean, say, yo, Tannehill, Tanny.
Walked a rookie in.
Man, and then he came in and got cracked, and then he came in another time and fumbled.
I said, oh, man.
It was just one of them days.
Yeah,
but
one thing I really do like about this team is I love how McDermott appears to let his coaches coach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so many head coaches that get in the way, and you can tell
right.
they're not letting their coaches coach.
Right.
They doing too much. They getting their own players' way. Like, McDermott actually this is your defense,
right.
Leslie.
Right.
It's your offense.
Yeah, Josh, you the man.
And I love the aggression that they're playing with on offense.
Yeah.
Fourth down, fuck it.
Fourth down. And Josh just talked about that in the interview. He was like, fourth down, he's like, there's a code word that they use sometimes, or he'll give him a look or something, and that'll be it. It's like, yeah, trust me, man, I got you. And then what happens? On 4th and 1, in one of the pivotal plays in the second quarter, 4th and 1, scrambles to the left. Okay, they cut it off, but he has the arm talent and the physical ability.
All the way back, touchdown.
All the way across there, finds this wide open, all-pro receiver for a touchdown. So, needless to say, talented team. We both got them obviously winning this week. Hey, Miami might surprise us. Like, if somebody picks them this week as an upset,
I can't be mad at it.
You can't be mad at it. Like, and some of the fans too, I want y'all to kind of relax on some of the Tua hate, because it's like, dog, name any other fan base that wouldn't hype up their quarterback after throwing 6 touchdowns.
If Josh had
That's normal.
6 touchdowns his first and second,
y'all would have met him at the airport just for that.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
We heard of one linebacker and we was ready to crown him.
Yeah, so understand.
Let the Miami fans live.
We can hate the fans because of the division rival, but y'all gotta calm down on some of that hate of Tua. Like, dog, this dude went to the best college football program in the nation and was once projected to be the best player in the country.
Dominant. And again, if they beat the Ravens, give them their respect. I heard that.
Down 21 points in the fourth quarter.
They came back and drove up and down the field. And if they somehow beat the Bills, give them the respect that's due.
Bro, and I've already said it. I said, hey, if y'all want to, because I saw some Fin fan was like, yo, Twitter going to have to ban us, or we're going to break the internet if they win. And I just quoted, I'm like, shit, well, salute. If that happens, salute. If y'all want to, enjoy and gloat over a week 3 victory, I'm all for that. But guess what my goal for a fan is?
Super Bowl.
I'm trying to be playing in February. If y'all want to get y'all little victory out the way, we've been there before. We beat Kansas City in the regular season.
Yeah, I know it's like when we
beat New England. Oh yeah, and when we smacked New England a couple years ago on Monday Night Football.
Still never made the playoffs.
Right.
So
cute.
Meant nothing.
It's love, but the end goal for this team right here, and I want y'all to keep this in mind as we prepare for Miami, is to get to the Super Bowl. Every week is not going to be perfect. Every week we're not going to have all of our guys lined up. this might be one of those weeks where we might be down 7.
We're gonna lose at some point.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna happen.
And that's what y'all got to realize too. We're
gonna be
like, this team looks good to be undefeated. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's
different.
This team is built
different
to go 17-0.
Yeah, but again, teams lose. We're gonna catch an L somewhere. We're gonna be favored in every game, but one of them games we're not gonna win.
Somebody gonna catch us,
but
but
it's gonna be okay.
I think the focus is gonna be there though this week though, because I mean, like you said, like we said, division rival.
It's a division game, so they're gonna be ready for it. McDermott knows exactly what buttons to push for his players to be ready. Because again, players see the hype that Miami was getting. They know Tyreek went there. They know all the hype and love they've been getting. They saw the 6 touchdowns Tua put up last week. So
they were at home.
Oh, all right. Oh, that's what y'all want to roll up with? Bet. Lace up.
And we coming to y'all house too.
Lace up.
Just so we can go to y'all crowd and do like this.
And Josh Allen know they've been busting your ass for years now. So he know, y'all want to score them points? All right, I'll score them. So even if y'all torching our defense, y'all still got to score more than me.
I will say this though. Look out for Josh running a little bit more this week. I know he only ran once this past week. I think we're gonna get some of Bully Josh this week. I know we don't want him to take too many hits, but this is the type of game where I can see Josh, especially in the second half, kind of taking over in some moments where it's not much going on. Oh, boom, boom. Oh, y'all got that locked down? All right, here's a 20-yard run. Oh, we in the red zone? All right, boom.
I will say this. If the Bills win and convincingly win, this hype train is going to go to a whole different level. It's going to be out of the strategy if they win convincingly. So
it's going to be nuts here in Buffalo, and I'm sure everywhere else. I know we got fans all over the country. Always want to say this before we always forget. Shout out to all our listeners everywhere. If you're listening in the West Coast, down south, up north here in Buffalo,
Croatia, England.
Yeah,
we got a couple England listeners over there.
Right. We got people listening everywhere. So I mean, tell a friend and tell a friend. I mean, this is going to be. And this is one of the reasons why we started the podcast this year, because we felt like this was going to be a big year to not only cover the Bills, talk Bills, but just connect with a bunch of fans. Yeah, I felt like that was kind of the vibe at the game yesterday, too. I was seeing a lot of people on Twitter. They were all like, yo, it was good to finally meet you in person. It was good to take a picture with you. I even seen a dude that I know. I met him last year, but Bubba, know him from Twitter, from down south. I want to say South Carolina, but I may be wrong. But he even came by our tailgate, took a picture with him. But yeah, the energy is real here. For those who aren't physically in Western New York, everything that you're seeing on TV is real. Yeah. The energy, the vibe. I mean, the Bills gear. I mean, this is old. I mean, this is Allen Diggs 2020 that I'm rocking right here. But the amount of Bills gear that's running around town right now, I mean, you can literally probably get
the house without saying.
Yeah, but you can literally probably buy like Bill shit from like almost any store right now,
every
like
corner store, every grocery store.
And there's a lot of fire Bill shit going on too. Like I be like, damn, I want to swipe my card right now, but I'm gonna chill.
I almost bought the baby a jersey over the weekend. I said,
listen, man, it's some fire gear out there. So shout out to all the people that's putting gear out there, and that's
a lot of Bills Mafia stuff out.
Yeah, a lot of Bills Mafia stuff, man. A lot of other great podcasts and other people that's doing dope shit.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing right now with such a potentially great season, bask in all of this. So listen to the podcast, listen to the radio, call in the GR.
Enjoy this shit. How
excited you are. I mean,
you don't know, man. We went 20, 30 something years.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? Where we was forcing ourselves to like believe that we could win like 9 games. I was really
telling myself that Trent, he can do it. He might be the one.
I know Fitzpatrick a little streaky, but I know he can.
He might be the one. EJ, he got the tools.
I still ain't forget y'all hyping up Kyle Orton, but I'm gonna leave that alone for a different.
That was never me. I was always on that fuck Kyle Orton.
I was too.
He slid on that fourth down run.
And that was in like week 14, but still, even before that, I'm like, y'all
bro, you need 1 yard. Oh no, you died.
Man, listen,
you's a bitch.
Stop playing with me. So we got to do this because we hit our hour mark.
Fuck Kyle.
So we always do this at the end of each pod too. Upset picks of the week. You want to pull up week? What you got? Week 3? What you got?
And I just want to say again, my theme for this podcast, for me, I can't speak for Val. This will always be 100% Derek Carr slander podcast. And again, Derek Carr did exactly what they do.
What they lost? Oh, they lost the Cards.
Let them come all the way back and lose. Derek Carr.
0-2.
Hey, bro.
Damn. That's not good. The AFC is too stacked. I mean, I know it was an NFC loss, but the AFC is too stacked.
Time out. You know what's mad funny?
What?
How I always say I don't fuck with Derek Carr. He is definitely the quarterback of one of my fantasy teams, though.
Is he your main quarterback?
He kind of was. I just had to make some moves. Yeah, I had him and Trey Lance in the guillotine league, and Trey Lance just broke his leg. So.
Oh my gosh, yeah, man. Prayers to him, man. Hopefully, you get a speedy recovery, man. Because I was really looking forward to watching him this year, man.
Won't be no more. Good thing they kept Jimmy G.
Oh my gosh. That was probably the smartest thing to do. But what we got for week 3? I gotta make a pick.
Man, honestly, I haven't even looked at the schedule.
I gotta look ahead. I know we got a dog game on Thursday. I'm really hating that.
Pittsburgh.
Oh my gosh! Like, come on. Like maybe if Watson was playing, but dog, I gotta watch Brissett and Trubisky.
Yeah, that's rough.
Like, mind you, it's a rivalry game, but
let's see.
I'm good. What we got? I see a sleeper one already, but I'm gonna keep looking at the rest of this list. Okay. So I think I got 2. Ooh, I don't want to touch that one. I'm looking at Jacksonville Chargers, but I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. But I think I'm going to lean on 2 early games that's going on. And I think I'm going to go Detroit over Minnesota.
Okay. And
I think I'm going to go, what's this one above that? Indy over Kansas City.
Wow. That's a...
Yeah. No scores. I'm just going straight out money line them. We'll see if I really bet on them come Sunday. But yeah, I think the Colts get their first win because I think 0-2, right?
Yeah, no, they got a tie week 1. So
oh my god, bum ass niggas.
So if I had to pick one upset, I don't love any of the upsets this week. But if I had to pick one, it would be Jets. Jets over Cincinnati.
I saw somebody put that too. That's a nice one.
Until Cincinnati figure this out,
they gonna go 0-3.
I feel like anybody can beat Cincinnati until they get.
And remember now, the Jets did beat them last year with Mike White.
Yeah, until they can get this figured out. I mean, again, right now it is the Jets with Flacco putting up yards.
Oh my God, he's top 5 in the league.
Cincinnati is taking sacks left and right.
Hey yo,
they can't seem to. It's not putting it together. They're being real streaky. Joe Burrow is just. It ain't there right now.
Listen, there's a reason why they don't put him in that top 3 or 4 convo.
Yeah, so
let's keep it a buck. The man reached the whole Super Bowl, and all offseason, you ain't hear not one analyst be like, "Oh yeah, I got Joe Burrow being MVP."
Yeah, so until they put it together,
there's a reason.
They on alert.
Right. Listen, we said it before. The AFC is too stacked for you to be getting off to a slow start.
Shout out to Jacksonville right now, leading the AFC South.
Because that's a sneaky division where you can win the AFC South if you take care of your business, and we'll see if the Colts can bounce back. Like I said, I got them in an upset, but
it's 2 weeks in. They are the only team in the AFC South.
And the man who had all the money balling, Christian Kirk. So shout out to Jacksonville. They trying to figure it out.
Only team in that division with a win.
So. Who would have thought, right? But we did know Tennessee was going to take a step back. And nobody knew what the Colts was going to do. Right. I mean,
Colts, Jonathan Taylor. Now, if Jonathan Taylor did not move running the ball good, or they're not blocking good for him, it's a rental. I say, y'all just got shut out by Jacksonville.
That's disgusting. I was watching Red Zone and I was just looking at that score. Like, I know that score about to change soon.
Yeah, if I was a Colts fan, I'll be ready.
I'll be ready to throw shit. Yeah, or just. Y'all got any room on the Bills bandwagon?
They gonna be looking at Frank White with the side eye, like, we might have to let you go, Frank, because this ain't gonna cut. You just lost to They have not beat Jacksonville in over 8 years.
That's crazy.
Jacksonville has been good one of those years.
The more you know.
It's NFL for you.
That is. It's a week-to-week league, and it's also going to be some surprises, some upsets. That's why I like to always go over some upsets, because we might hit on 1 or 2. We might go 0 for 4. Who knows? But there's always going to be some upsets.
And always bet against Derek Carr if you want to win some money.
That might be valid. But anywho, I know we never try to drag out our podcast episodes too long. So hopefully y'all enjoyed our convo, man. We had a lot to say about, obviously, the Titans game. The Fins game is definitely a big game.
Miami week, baby.
So we hoping that we can have another discussion about another W next week.
Safe travels to all the fans.
All the ones going down to Miami.
It's a Miami week, so we know We always travel well down to Miami. It's a great trip to take.
Yeah,
So
got my
anybody
crew
down,
going out there. So my wife, her family, they gonna be out there ganging it up.
Be safe. Safe travels.
Yeah.
Don't party too hard the night before.
Don't listen. And represent, be loud too. Like, hey, listen, don't let them Miami fans try to overpower y'all, because you know some of them going to actually try to come and watch them play now, because you know for a while they was watching from home or on the beach. So there's going to be some presence there from the Dolphins fans, but Bills fans who are going, be loud, be vocal, and guess what? When we win, I ain't going to say if we win.
That's right.
Let the people know what it's about. Alan Diggs, forget 2020, it's 2022, and we still running things. Still the best connection in the league. I don't care about none of them other cats. Not no Kurt, not no Tuin, hell. We still rolling with Allen and Diggs, because guess what? That's a combo that's on the best team in the league.
Yep.
And that's just facts. But anyways, as Z would always tell y'all to do, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend.
All the different platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube.
Yes,
we
sir.
put stuff out on Twitter. Just find us, like us. Like I said, you got me, you got Vel's personal Twitter and IG pages.
Right.
We got the in the Zone with V and Z pages. So just find us, share it.
Right. Because if you get one of our pages, you'll be able to find all of our links to all of our pages, and stay connected with us. Like I said, this is a season that's gonna last for another 4 to 5 months. So we got
a while.
We early
episodes.
Man, we early in this, but
20 episodes, baby.
Damn near. So I hopefully y'all enjoy our discussion today. We'll definitely be connecting and collaborating with some more people soon too. So don't think that we done with the guests. If you do want to join us, as I've said before, hit us up, DMs, text us, call us, and be like, yo, I'm trying to hop on, give my opinion or so. So man, listen, this is Val.
And your boy Z. We'll see y'all next week. Love y'all.
Peace out. Chip. Let's go, Buffalo.